Good evening and welcome to another edition of Rebels Football. We're glad to have you alongside us again here in Bonney Lake, Washington for a special edition of Rebels Football, Playoff Edition. Obviously we're a summer league, so playoffs come in late August, interceding with the NFL's preseason. But that's the goal. We're trying to get these boys ready for some upper league ball. We're glad to have you with us as your West Sound Rebel face off against the Grit City Knights for the inaugural playoff game of the West Sound Rebels franchise. As the Rebels will kick far in the left side here for the Grit City Knights. Knights will take the ball right out of the back, going towards our far side. Gets past a couple of blockers. Gets past the last one. He's got only two left, and looks like he stepped out of bounds right about the 41, 42 yard line. If you could call anything shaky for the Rebels this season, it's probably been those kickoff returns. We've seen probably two or three of those returned for touchdowns. Other than that, this team has been solid in and out. But again, we're glad to have you with us on this beautiful Saturday night here in Bonney Lake. It's a great day for some football as the Rebels look to your North Impact West champions, West Sound Rebels, look to advance in the playoffs against a team that they've, to be brutally honest, they've handled quite well. As the Knights will line up on their 42. Quite a different weather from the last game we played here. A lot nicer, a little bit more forgiving, as there's a handoff up the middle. About a 2 yard gain, maybe. 2 to 3 yard gain, as they'll mark him at looks like the 44. It's been a long road to get here to the playoffs. We started our season back in May, if you remember, May 28th, as the Rebels were back here facing a different opponent, the Washington Warriors. Aside from the Rebels' only loss, that was probably their closest game all season. As the Knights will pull up, it looks like to right around first down. They'll call it and they'll move the sticks. As this is the Rebels' 9th game of their season, playing 4 home and 4 away. They've handled themselves pretty nicely for the first year of this franchise. It's their inaugural year, and for your inaugural year to get to the playoffs, I would call that a success. But when you talk to the coaching staff or anyone around the Rebels camp, success is a little bit differently notated as looking forward to trying to get to Vegas. As anyone you talk to in the organization, it's always focused about getting to Vegas, trying to get to that ship, as they call it. As the Knights will set up on second down and 8 on the Rebels' 44. One out far left, two close right, two next to him. So handoff gets there and looks arguing right around the 40-yard line as the officials will call it dead. Looks like the market right at the 40. Playing quarterback tonight for the Knights is number 14, Ezekiel Reynolds. This is his 9th game playing for the Knights. The Knights season hasn't been as successful as your West Sound Rebels, posting only 3 wins and 5 losses. They're looking to play a game as much as they can. It's a playoff game. Everyone's coming to play. That's the whole reason why we're here, is to play some football. Ezekiel looks out left, tip ball. The intended target being Watson. as that'll be a quick 4th down on the Knights' first drive of the night. Knights looking to post something against the Rebels beginning of this first quarter. Knights are going for it, and I don't blame them. Looking for something to set them apart in the beginning of this first quarter. Slow pass out there to number 10, and tackle them. Both teams are saying they're going every which way, and looks like they're calling it turnover on downs. So it'll be Rebels ball.
Intended target there was Willie Hamilton.
As the Rebels will get it for the first time this evening. About 10 minutes left in this first quarter. Now, one thing I'd like to take you through the rest of this broadcast, let's recap our season. As the Rebels have had quite the successful season, looking to further advance. As JT drops back, he's got a pocket quickly dissolving, looking for a quick shovel pass out to his wide receiver. Probably gains about a yard. That was Demetrius Rackley on the reception. And count it for 2nd down. As our first game was here only a few months ago in May. It was quite the rainy day. Looking for, as JT is looking for a far and wide pass. Can he get there? Yes, he can! Pass is caught around the 20-yard line. No contact yet. And they'll get him down at the 20. Looks like that was number 14,
Connor Wade Centro.
His first reception of the night. As your explosive Rebels offense is already on the doorstep of the red zone. It's like about the 19-yard line as they'll hand it off on the inside. Ball will come out probably around the 12-yard line.
That was star running back for the Rebels, number 23, Rashad Dwalt.
Rebels setting up 2nd down and couple. Looking for the end zone target. Didn't take the Rebels long. Corey Klingenberg catches his first touchdown of the evening. Count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for the Rebels.
As they'll go for the point after attempt.
Apologies for the voice crack. I'm so excited. Rebels are up 6-0, 8:52 as they'll set up to go for the extra point. Now, if we remember back all the way to that, as the Rebels are having a little bit of miscommunication here on the sideline. Remember back to that game in May. It was a rainy, gray evening. Neither team trusted their kicker enough to get a field goal. I don't even know if there was one attempted in that game. As the Rebels are setting up here. Kick is up. Looks like it's going to be a little wide to the right. It's no good. Rebels will keep 6 for the good with 8:52 left in this first quarter.
Hey, if you need a in-game day rules analyst,
Oh, I got you.
be like, hey, we got a rules analyst here. Okay?
I got you.
And just like that, Rebels are up 6-0. As the Rebels will kick it off to the Knights for the 2nd time tonight. The number 5 on the return. Looking to go on that far left side again. Has a little pip in his step, trying to get past that main barrage, and he does. But they'll get him from behind around the 32, 33 yard line as the Knights will set up for a second time this evening. But to continue my summary of that first game, it was a first game for either side. The Rebels had a preseason game against the Sabres. And the Warriors, this was their first time playing as a team in their first game. It was quite a back and forth game. I believe the Rebels had 6 interceptions that game. Quite the defensive presence while only giving up 18 points to the Warriors. Put up 32 for their own and captured their first win of the season on May 20th, 32-18. Ezekiel setting up, 2 either side of him, one far to his left and one to his right. They'll hand it off in the middle for a measly back to the line of scrimmage. Second down for the Knights. Now, if there's one thing that this Rebels team as a whole, it's been consistent. Both sides of the ball, they've had their troubles, as a team should. But this Rebels defense has been something of a monster for all around the field. The secondary for that defensive line, as Knights will hand it off inside for a gain of 6. Oh, excuse me, a gain of 3. We'll call it 3. Knights' second third down of the evening. Rebels looking to keep that defensive presence. Ezekiel's got 1 to the side of him, 1 on the far side, 3 on the near side. And the Rebels defense, just like I said, terrorizing offensive lines as they get that sack. I believe that was number 58, Fana Liumidi. For a loss, looks like about 5 or 6. As the Knights will have their second fourth down of the evening with about 6:45 left to go in this first quarter. Kick is up. Short little squib looking right around the 45-yard line. As receiver can't hold on to it, but gets a touch. Getting behind a couple block. He's got 2 blockers here on the near side. Looking to run. Going to get there around the 30. Getting behind and tackled right about the 25-yard line. Number 15, Demetrius Rackley, on the very, very long punt reception to get the Rebels knocking on the red zone for a second time in this first quarter. There's a second game the Rebels are looking at tonight. Their foes, the Washington Warriors, are facing the Tacoma Sabres tonight. Winner of this game will face the winner of that game. As the Rebels will run it right up the middle. Looks like they'll call him down right about the 20. Currently, that game that the Rebels are watching is 31-0 in favor of the Warriors. JT is looking for that side of the end zone. Can't seem to keep it in bounds. It'll be third down. Rebels lining up for about a 3rd and 6. JT's got one on either side of him. One out left, one out right. Snap is up high, looking for that short. It's on the left. Gets to the secondary. Some laundry on the field. Looks like they're going to call a hold against the Rebels, and we'll walk this back. The Rebels' second game was against the Everett Royals, as they made their first trip up to Everett. Only forfeiting 3 points to the rivals, the Royal, or their rival in that game, the Royals. The Rebels handled that game quite well in a 45-3 win, with JT throwing 3 touchdown passes and rushing for about 202 yards. Might have read that stat wrong, but that's all right. JT's going to take the ball himself, looking to get up around the 15. Going to get there. He's got a block. Runs out right about the 11-yard line, as they'll call it first and goal. Excuse me, it was 202 passing yards. He had 5 rushing yards. Quite the difference. Rebels lining up, first and goal. Second time in the red zone. JT's under center. Quick snap. Shovel pass out to the running back. Looking out left, trying to get a couple blocks. Gets through. Can he get there to the end zone? He can. Marshad wasn't at the beginning, but he's here in the end and in the end zone. 12 points for the good for your West Sound Rebels. That's 2 quick, easy touchdowns with 3:51 left in this first quarter. Rebels are handling business tonight. Rebels learning from their previous attempt and going for 2 on this one. JT is looking for a ball out the right side, and they get it. It's number 5, Adrian Allen. Call that 2 more points for the good. It's like that a missed point after attempt never happened. 14-0 for the Rebels. Take a quick break from our commentary, and we'll thank some of our fine sponsors. If you're in the Olympia area and you're looking for a new vehicle, Toyota of Olympia would be glad to have your service. Looking for a truck, looking for a new vehicle. It's kind of getting close to that time where you want to think about a new vehicle. I don't know when Toyotathon is, but I know that's probably one of my favorite times of the year is Toyotathon. And then obviously Toyota of Olympia would participate in Toyotathon. Perhaps if you're thinking about it, West Sound Rebels would suggest Toyota of Olympia. And Joel Gibson Jr., thank you again for your patronage. We appreciate your support of this West Sound Rebels organization. Rebels setting to kick it off for a 3rd time tonight. As this kick is long and high. Knights will take it in the end zone. Looking to see if they can get past the Rebels as they're walking down the middle. Misses a couple. He's got a couple blocks behind him, but no. They'll get him around the 41.5, call it 42-yard line.
Good job, Jeff!
As the Knights are looking to advance past that 30-yard line this time around. See what this Knights offense can do. The Knights season hasn't been all for nothing. They did put 3 games for the good. Beating the Everett Royals 18-13, as well as beating the Tacoma Sabres 12-7. And they swept the Everett Royals as well as their second game in July, as they call a false start here against the Knights. And they'll back it up.
signals in a row.
All 4 teams that are in the playoffs, the Rebels have faced, and they've posted a win against every team. The only team they're really looking at is that Washington Warriors team that is still up against the Sabres. As Ezekiel stepping back, looking for a tipped pass. Call it incomplete, call it second down. Rebels' defensive line is surely making it hard for this Knights offensive line. Knights setting up on, I believe it's second down, but they're coming up first. As Ezekiel's trying to take it himself. A little stutter step to the left. Spins around, gets a block, but taken down around the 43 for third down. So our marker here on the sideline catches up with the officials. Ezekiel, to his left, to his right, one next to him. Looking, dropping back deep, looking wide left. Can he get the pass off? A spinning pass, yes he can, right to the 50. And the Rebels will handle that quite nicely as the Knights will have a 4th and 2, or 4th and 1. Here with under 2 minutes in this first quarter. Knights lining up for their 4th and 1. It's like 2 on this near side, 1 on the far side. It looks like they're punting it away. Oh no, it's a fake. Could have read it if we were playing Madden. But no, it's a quick shovel pass out above the Rebels defensive line. This is a block and they'll mark him down around the 20-yard line. Knights getting a little creative here. Trying to make the Rebels defense actually break a sweat.
What was it called? Timeout.
As the Rebels will take their first timeout. Go ahead and take a quick break and thank a few more sponsors. Tracyton Movie House in Bremerton. If you're in Bremerton looking for a movie, you know where to go. The Rebels highly suggest Tracyton Movie House. If after post-quarantine this summer, you kind of been feeling like you need some adjustments or need something looked out, the West Sound Rebels highly suggest the Gig Harbor Life Practice of Harbor Life Chiropractic. Thank them for their sponsor and support of the West Sound Rebels. Blow the whistle to continue the 37.
Thank you.
37 seconds left in this first quarter. Knights with 2 on either side, 1 next to Ezekiel as a handoff from number 30 right into 2 red shirts. As they'll go for second down. This West Sound Rebels defense has been quite a nightmare for ball carriers as they've forced at least 3 to 4 fumbles this season. As it's a low snap as this pocket's dissolving. Can the quarterback get away? No, he can't. And call it about a gain of a yard for the Knights as it's quick and easy third down as we will end the first quarter. 14 to the good for the Rebels, 14 to nothing. As we'll take a quick second to remember Coach Sam's wife passed away this morning to cancer. Our condolences are with the family and with Coach as we remember her memory and her contribution as key into this community. Our condolences are with the family at this time.
It's been a 30-minute first quarter. You can check. We started on time.
How old are you? Hey, Jeff! Why did you do burpees in that park? Good job, Jeff! I'm like, you can go to the stadium. What are you doing? I went to go work out, so it's... Yeah, exactly. It's like, why would you do burpees in a crazy camp? Like, are you kidding me? No doubt. Oh, I know. Especially at least like downtown.
Second quarter with a third and short. Oh, excuse me, third and long. Ezekiel dropping back. The pocket is dissolving. He's got a couple players around him. Waltz is around, trying to gain some yardage. Quick pass out there, and no. Right along the pylon there in that near left corner. As the Rebels will cause a fourth down. Continuing our summary of the Rebels season, their third game was definitely one that fans and everyone in the Rebels organization was looking forward to against the Tacoma Sabres. You could say there was definitely a lot of eyes looking towards that game, and emotions were a little high. But the Rebels put the emotion aside them for most of the game and posted 46 points to the Sabres' 8. Wanted to call it a rivalry, but a rivalry means there has to be two willing participants, and there was only one in that game. As the the Rebels handled the Sabres quite nicely in that game. Ezekiel with a drop back pass, looking right, interception, call it. A shovel pass backwards, an interesting call, and there's a flag there too. The Knights think they have the ball. It's a little chaotic. We'll look for what the call is. Both sides are pointing that they have the ball.
Hey, Tony!
Officials are discussing to see what this call is. They'll call it Rebels football. That's the first interception for this Rebels defense tonight. Definitely, that secondary has been a terror for opposing quarterbacks. And that's probably one of the words, again, I've said consistency this entire season. They've been terrorizing on either side of the ball. Not only has their offensive been explosive, but their defense has been able to match that same energy as the Rebels continue their dominance on either side of the ball. So to a blindside block, they'll march halfway back to the goal as the Rebels will get their first
drive of the second quarter.
Rebels got one out wide, one near, one next to him. Looks like a couple extracurriculars before it. Looks like they'll call the... From our eyes, it looked like the defense hopped first. They'll call it against the Rebels. They'll march a couple inches backwards for a replay of that first play. Rebels backed up against the wall here with 14:42 left. As they'll try again. One out far, one near. JT drops back, dancing around in his end zone, looking for something, trying to avoid a safety as he vaults one player and gets to about the 5-yard line. Looks like they'll spot him at the 4.
No, it's off. It was just a run.
Yeah, I did the same thing.
JT's scrambling around the end zone, looking for a bullet pass out left. He gets it. They'll call it incomplete around the 10-yard line. Rebels having their first offensive struggle. Of course, I'm talking about their dominance on this side of the ball, and they're struggling at this point in the second quarter. No, the Rebels will take their second timeout of the half. Continuing down our list of sponsors, I'd like to thank Clear Choice Dispensary in Tacoma. You are looking to change up your dispensary or looking to take a load off. Clear Choice Dispensary in Tacoma, it's the clear choice. Again, in Bremerton, if you're looking for a bite to eat, McLeod's Grill House in Bremerton. Another fine sponsor of the West Sound Rebels. We appreciate their patronage. And if you're looking for a bite to eat, it's a great place to drop by. If you're looking for a drink, Hops and Drops Silverdale. Looking for, whether you want to chill out with the boys, try a couple new craft brewskis, Hops and Drops in Silverdale will be worth your time and patronage. Again, thank you to all of our West Sound Rebels sponsors of this 2022 season. Thank you for putting the Rebels on the road to Vegas, as these Rebels are still looking towards Vegas to that Gridiron Bowl, the creme de la creme in GDFL football. As players are standing around, it looks like another pre-snap foul. And it looks like the officials are... Looks like the Knights hopped first, so they'll take a couple of yards to the good for the Rebels. Give them a little bit of breathing room for third down. Rebels are trying to go out of their own red zone. Obviously, their worst starting position of the evening. JT dropped back, got two on either side. A pass out left to a wide open Thomas Alston for a first down and then some. Rebels will move the ball. JT looking for something to do. Gets hit as he throws. As they'll call it incomplete around the 51-yard line. And they'll call it second down. As the Rebels are taking their time on this drive. One thing the Rebels have done most of the season is taking these drives quick and trying to get those quick, explosive plays. Tonight's kind of one of those grind nights, trying to get the job done but not really push yourself too hard in a sense of looking forward to the next game. All credit to the Knights organization, but hasn't really been too much of a struggle for the Rebels this season. As a handoff on the inside, it's got a couple blockers and then some. Can he get past the last few Knights to the Tyquan Bowie's got his touchdown of the night. As he'll take his 6.
Hey, Jeff!
And the Rebels will go up 20-0.
Jeff! Jeff!
Tyquan Bowie's longest run for this season started around about the 30-ish yard line. Ran it all about the 70 yards all the way to the house. That's what you want to see from your North Impact West Division champions. As JT slips it right to Thomas Alston for another quick twofer. As the Rebels go up 22-0 with 12:13 left in this first half. It's another dead ball, so it's another look at our sponsors. If you're looking in Port Orchard, if you're looking for another eye checkup or trying to get your vision clearer, it is starting to get darker as the summer draws closer to fall. So if you need to get your eyes checked, Woodridge Vision Clinic in Port Orchard is the place to go. Eyewear, eye checkups, whatever you need. Woodridge Vision Clinic has got you covered in Port Orchard. And we'd also like to thank the Clark brothers. Thank you again for your patronage and your sponsor of your 2022 West Sound Rebels. As the Rebels will kick it off for the 4th time tonight. The Knights seeing if they can get past the 30-40, and a little miscommunication, and that ball will run out the back, and the Knights will start on their own 25. The Rebels' 4th game this season was against these Grit City Knights. It was a home game. Another quite well-handled game by the Rebels. Gave up 12 to the Knights. The Rebels scored a nice 6-0. Quick 60-12 in that game. As the Rebels posted a perfect 4-0 to that first half of the season. This season, the Rebels posted 4 home games and 4 away games. So at that point, they were in the beginning or the middle of their homestand, as they look to continue their winning ways.
Legal substitution. We have an illegal substitution on the receiving team.
It looks like the Knights will start a little further.
They're going to re-kick.
They're going to re-kick the ball for an illegal substitution on the Knights. As we'll try this again.
So because there was a wide...
So they'll have, so again, saying that the Rebels had, for all 4 of their opponents this year, 8 games, 1 at home, 1 away. At that point, halfway through the season, perfect all the way. As the Rebels will kick on their own 40, seeing if we can do this again. Almost might be a gift to the Knights, so there won't be as much miscommunication in the back. As Vernon Parker takes the kick, and Knights will take it in the back of their end zone, trying to do something with that. Going on this far side, coming close to the near side around the 15. He's got a couple Rebels to beat, and he will not, as they'll get him down the 12, 13-yard line for the Knights to start this 12 minutes. Knights are setting up to start their second drive of the quarter.
No, he's still tired. He's still tired. Yeah, he's tired.
Another thing that you might notice about this Rebels team is there's no real standout player. Yes, we have the quarterback of the year for the Western Conference in JT. Yes, the defense played immaculate all season, most of it. But this team has been set by its community, by its culture. There hasn't really been a standout team as the Knights are getting past this Rebels defense for first down and a couple extra. The Rebels have tried to be good in every area, but also play as a team, not kind of developing or putting all their eggs in one or two baskets, trying to almost spread the wealth with their wide receivers, with their defensive end. It's kind of what you want to see from a team like this. As the Knights will set up on their own 30. Got two next to him, two on either side. Drops back. It's going to take it. He's got two blockers. Interesting choice as this Rebels defense swarms and gets him about the 30 or the 25. This defensive side has been led by Ryan Blowers, as he's had 11 tackles on the year. Him and Brecton Seach, both sporting above 10, 11 tackles each. Taking this dominant side to this 7-1 record as they're continuing this playoff run. As quick pass out, and they'll spot him around the 28. Knights set up third down on their 27. Drop back in the pocket. Pocket's kind of doing something. Ezekiel throwing to someone.
That was Damian Mansfield, as I would assume would be the intended target on that pass.
As the Rebels will get it for another time tonight. As they'll take it, little squib to the 30-yard line. Rebels will take it. Coming out to this near side. They're going to get past. He's got a couple blocks. Can he get the two? Looks like he will. The celebration is down again. The Knights cannot protect that end zone. Another 6 for the good. The Rebels will take it 28-0 here with 8:31 left as we watch this replay again. As that ball fumbles around a little bit, coming into this near side. You'll see this fantastic blocking and no one really there to challenge the runner on that play.
It's number 38, Tarius Breland,
On the touchdown.
Hey, best timekeeper around, folks.
As they'll take it for another 2-point conversion. JT looking around, looking for someone to do a hard hit from behind, and the Knights will fall on it. And a quick bobble up as the Rebels are trying to force him out of bounds. As they'll call it no good. You probably knew that on the point after attempt. Rebels are looking to kick back to the Knights with 8:22 left in this first half. into the Knights. I think I've said that about 6 times now. Knights will take it in their end zone. Looking to produce something of a productive kickoff return. Shuffling around, getting past a couple defenders there, and their best starting position today for the Knights around the 42-yard line. All smiles on this near side as Rebels are looking to their next game, which will be against the Washington Warriors. If this score holds or continues, the Washington Warriors took care of business this evening against the Sabres of Tacoma. As a quick pass into the secondary, they'll call him down at the 49. So the winner of this game will advance to face the Washington Warriors. As your Rebels are looking to continue their winning ways and trying to get further and further down that road to Vegas. Even though it's the first year of this organization, it's been a lot of eyes talking about that championship, talking about that Las Vegas championship. Looking to get a ring, looking to get something of nature, as Ezekiel throws it to his tight end there and can't really produce much. Knights are setting up on their own 49. Rebels looking to blitz here as they'll run it right up the middle. Looks to be just about short, and they'll call it 4th down. Oh, excuse me, the near side, they called it 4th down. Looks like the officials will call it 1st down, as the Knights will continue to advance their first drive here. That's a bit of a positive stature in this second quarter.
I'm joking. 6'2".
Is this their first play from inside the opponent's end of the field?
As quarterback will take it himself, and right down low, there's a little bit of laundry behind.
Grab and restrict the opponent attack on 56.
Looks like they're going to call it against the Knights, and we'll march this backwards. And if you weren't already aware, this is Game of the Week. All eyes are on us here in Bonney Lake, Washington. Thank you to all of our national viewers or anyone watching around. Appreciate you tuning in. Glad to have you. As this is the first round of the GDFL playoffs. Your West Sound Rebels 28, Grit City Knights 0. Winner of this game advances to play the Washington Warriors next weekend. Ezekiel dropping back. Looking left and right up the middle, right around the 50-yard line, handles the ball and will keep it. And we'll get right around to the, looks like they'll call it the 52. Get about 2nd and 10. Knights continuing to march this ball up the field. Might it be slower than they'd like it, but it's something.
Knights set it up. 2 on either side, 1 next to him. Looking left, looking right. Gonna take it himself. Gets past, goes to the 50, gets to the 40. Ball's knocked out and they'll go out of bounds. They'll run the clock. Looks like they'll call him down around the 41. That will be 3rd and 6. Or excuse me, 3rd and 4. Here with this. This is the longest Knights drive of the half. Trying to produce something of worth. As we're closing down this first half with about 3:50 left to go. Fourth down, 2 on either side. Knights looking to get past this 4th down. Can they get there? No. Quick, quick, and easy. Can he take it all the way? He's got 1 man to beat. Can he get there? Like we said before and said again, the drawbridge is down. The Knights are not guarding what they're supposed to be protecting. Call it again, a pick 6. Number 2, Thomas Alston. I believe that's his 2nd of the night for a touchdown. First interception of the night. Just when it was looking like the Knights could produce something to the good, the Rebels take it, and will take it all the way back to the house. 34-0 with 3:18 left. Had nowhere to go except the end zone. Rebels will go for 2. Looks like JT is going to go under center. 2 behind him, 2 on either side. Quick snap. And fights his way to about the 1 yard line. It doesn't matter. They'll call it no good. And I've been informed after we hit a 30-point advantage, the clock will run. So we are playing with a running clock now. Up until the 2-minute warning.
So, no one's happy this Saturday.
How dare you? Get it. How could you do that? Not mine.
Rebels are continuing kind of a similar game to last week. You didn't catch last week's game. Last week's was a 53-0 for the Rebels. Looks like they're trying
2 minutes!
They're trying to get there as we'll hit the 2-minute warning. It looks like they'll let the Rebels kick it off here. High drive. There, miscommunication again in the end zone. Still going to pick it up and take it somewhere. Seeing if they can take something out of nothing and go out of bounds right about the 26-yard line. Or excuse me, the 16. As these teams swap around, we'll take another second to thank a few of our sponsors. Biovinco Winery. If a brewski is not really your desired beverage, Biovinco Winery is a place to be. Bring the friends, bring anyone you like. We appreciate their support. Mr. and Mrs. Myers in Bremerton, thank you for your support and continued the road to Vegas for these West Sound Rebels. We'll do one more, and we'll thank the Northwest Athletic Apparel. If you're looking for any kind of athletic apparel here in the Puget Sound area, Northwest Athletic Apparel is a place to go. As Knights are setting up here, looks like the ball looked like it came out. The Rebels think they have it, and they do. The Rebels get another quick turnover, and the offense will get right back out there.
which shouldn't be too much of a struggle because we haven't seen too much of the offense. I believe that's the third turnover of the game that the Rebels have forced. As the Rebels will take their final timeout of the half with 17 seconds, looking to put 7 more up on that board. Having taken care of business the last 2 times they played this squad, but still continuing that mindset, looking to advance, looking to get past this first round.
Can you wait?
As JT looking shotgun, got one next to him. Aggressive on that left side, passing it out to somebody. Can he get there? Yes, he can! The Rebels make something out of nothing. And Allison Thomas got another one. He's got one on either side of the ball tonight. As we'll look on the replay here. Rebels consistently seem to figure out a way to score. As this will be our last little thing of the half here, as everyone's getting ready to see there. And it looks like it's picked off in the back of the end zone, but it'll mean nothing as we'll go to halftime. 40-0 here in the first half. Appreciate you joining us this fine evening here in Bonney Lake at Bonney Lake High School. First round of the playoffs, the road to Vegas for the Rebels. 0 for the Grit City Knights, 40 to your West Sound Rebels. We'll catch you back here in about 15. As the Knights will kick it off from their own, looks like a small little squib up to the 40-yard line. Rebels will get it. They'll get about to the 49-yard line. Again, this is the first round of the GDFL playoffs. Your West Sound Rebels hosting the Grit City Knights in the first round. This season, the Rebels posted about, it's counted over 100 points to the Knights 12. Yes, 12.
Dude, I'm still cracking up. I'm still cracking up.
Caught 113 to 12 between both games. So, 100-point deficit there. My apologies to Knights fans. I am a homer, but Rebels have definitely taken care of business. So that's what this game's about, is getting the formality of getting out of the way, getting this first round done so that they can face their other Western Impact rival, the Washington Warriors, who handled their game quite nicely against the Sabres tonight, 37-0. Winner of this game will advance to that second round.
So I competed against him like one-on-one on the 400 meter.
Rebels offense setting up on their own 48, or excuse me, the Knights 48. JT looking for a bombshell. No, we get first interception of the night for JT. It's kind of out of character for him. The Knights will take it around the 25. That's exactly what the Knights need at the beginning of this second half, is some explosive, something to get this traction going, to produce anything but a goose egg on that scoreboard. As we continue our recap of the Rebels season, we got past the halfway point right before half.
fifth game of the season was the Rebels' only loss to the Washington Warriors, 27-18 at Mount Tahoma High School. Rebels just didn't look themselves that evening. It was a little bit of a kind of got lulled to sleep over their 3 easy wins. Warriors really the only team in their division that's really posted a challenge against the West Sound Rebels. As they look forward to next week, they'll probably want to make something different happen as Ezekiel's trying to do something under center. And it'll call it incomplete. Second down. It's a lower scoring game in retrospect to the rest of the games, as most of the games for the Rebels have been above 45, averaging about 45 to 60 points a game. That game was 27-18 in favor of the Warriors. Knights on second down. One to the far side, one to the near side. Quarterback's got 2 either side of him. The shotgun. Couple Rebels jump. They'll take the extra yards. Knights will take anything to continue to advance that ball. Probably the most promising drive they had was towards the end of that second half, right before the pick 6 by Thomas Alston at the end there. The Knights had waltzed most of the way up the field before being snuffed right at the end. Knights trying to advance, doing something a little bit different. Handoff up the middle, and it'll be just short of the first. No, they'll call it first down for the Knights. Now again, this is the Rebels' first playoff game as an organization. Rebels being newly formed this year in the GDFL and as a whole. Definitely what you want to see from a first season on this All Eyes to Vegas season, as we're calling it. Always been eyes on a championship, eyes on looking to do something worthwhile. As the pocket's dissolving for Ezekiel, and Seeger just got his hands on it, couldn't get it all the way. Intended target was Clausen Watson. Looks like the two teams were tripping. It looked like the Rebels player had a little bit of a late hit there, but trying to make sure you're sticking around. Not just going to give it to you. And if you haven't made it out to a West Sound Rebels game, still have one more chance. If this score holds next week, Rebels will face the Warriors. Excuse me, the winner of this game will face the Warriors, as all looks to be the Rebels, as the Knights hand it off to the left side and maybe advance an inch or two. Looks like they'll call him a yard, as the Knights will have 3rd and 9. The Knights are led by number 14, Ezekiel Reynolds. He's thrown 7 touchdown passes this year. About a 48% completion ratio. So he's got 2 on either side, 1 next to him. Pocket's crumbling. He's got someone on his back. Can he hold on to that ball? He will. That's number 58, Fana Lomidi, with the sack. And it'll be a Knights 4th down, far deep into their own territory, as they're calling a hold on the Knights, which looks like the Rebels will decline, and it'll be 4th down. Ezekiel Reynolds, as I was saying, 7 touchdown passes. Longest was about 39 yards. Averaging about 8 yards a throw. As the Knights will send it back to the Rebels. Rebel special team looking to do something as the same. Number 12 there. Kicking it off high and short. Looks like the Knights will just take care of it as it rolls right around to the 36-yard line. As we'll have a dead ball switch. Continue down my list of sponsors. Timberland Savings Bank. If you're looking to move your money around or looking for another place to put your money, Timberland Bank since 1915. Cloyce and Mike Construction in Bremerton. If you've got any projects coming up here soon, getting close to fall, so you might be a little bit low on that summer sunshine, but Cloyce and Mike Construction in Bremerton would love to have your patronage. Thank you again for your sponsor of your 2022 West Sound Rebel. JT's got in the shotgun, hands off to Marshad. Looking out left. Can he get there? Yes, he can. Get about to the, call it a gain of 7. To be second down on the 42-yard line. Now we'll flip to the other side. JT being declared all-season player of the year, offensive player of the year. Quarterback, he has definitely been a standout here for the West Side Rebels. As a handoff off the left side, can he pass a couple blockers? Yes, there's a little bit of laundry afterwards. That was number 26 type on Bowie.
It's going to be a hold.
Looks like they're going to call it back here. Looks like they're calling a hold on the Rebels. And the game will be, it's a nice practice, but it'll be for nothing. JT's been averaging about 17 yards. He's thrown 31 touchdown passes this season. We're at about a 58 completion percentage this year. Just having an outstanding season. And whenever you have a conversation with him, he's very humble about it. At least the conversations that I've had with him. Under center, looking for about a gain of 1. Drops back, looking left. Can he get there? No, he throws his second interception of the night. There is some flags out there afterward. A couple extracurriculars, it looks like. Nothing too aggressive. We'll see what this call is. But it looks like we're going to swap sides here. So we're waiting for the call from the field. Call a block in the back on the Knights. Looks like after the interception, it will be Knights ball. It's JT's second. I got to stop saying praises of the Rebels while they're on offense, because every time I say something happens. So I might, excuse me for being superstitious, but I might have to hold my tongue here next time the Rebels are on the ball. Knights will set up with one of their better starting positions in the game. Looking to knock into the red zone here, as they've made, I think, half a trip. I think in the first half they made it barely to it. The Knights will start on their own. It's like 44. Ezekiel's got one next to him, 2 on either side. Ball is up, looking left, looking right, and it is almost gets picked off. Rebels take it right back. They're looking to score again on special teams. Can they do it again? Gets past 1. He's tiptoed on the end line and can't make it all the way. Looks like there might have been an extracurricular here on the near side. Definitely might have seen a man be vertical and then horizontal. But just when the Rebels had an interception, they'll say, anything you can do, I can do better. And they'll take one for their own. We'll watch the replay on that. Anyway, so they'll after the penalty they'll push it back a little bit. The Rebels will start from
Looks like their own 51. But it's been a wild, wild beginning of this second half with 2 minutes left in this third quarter. They'll get around the 50-yard line. This game's starting to unwind a little bit. Both benches starting to get a little excited. Players are getting a little chippy here and there. It's kind of reminding me of a game earlier this season. Discipline is definitely one thing that the Rebels need to keep in this moment. This is a game they have complete control over. There's no need to have the Knights get inside their head. As JT's dropping back, quick shovel pass in and around the 50-yard line. Gets looks about a gain of 4. As the Rebels have made a change at quarterback to Adrian Allen. Adrian Allen hasn't had much to do this season, but when he's been in, he's been successful. For about 32 attempts, he's completed 16 of them, 57% there, as the Rebels are doing something a little bit more. So that looked like Rashad DeWalt was on the run there, as the Rebels will be knocking in on their own their own red zone again.
That one's okay. They get better. So hold on, go back. So the audio.
Rebels' 5th game of the drop back pass. Can he get there? Yes, he can, around the 20. And something of an interesting looking tackle. Number 81, Shane Chotel on the reception. Looks like there is a flag on the play. If you haven't heard throughout the broadcast, we had a 4th official or a 5th official up here helping us out with some of the calls that this will go against the Rebels. So I've actually had all the knowledge that I've needed, which has been great. As the Rebels will look to have a first and very long. As the third quarter expires, we'll go to the fourth quarter. West Sound Rebels 40, Grit City Knights 0. So I'd like to finish down my list here. Thank the Senecal family. Appreciate your sponsor of the West Sound Rebel. Thank you so much. Left Coast Events. If you're looking at any kind of to produce your event or put anything on, West Sound Rebels highly suggest Left Coast Events. If my friend, as my co-compatriot would hear, he would be like, "Can't trust a skinny cook." Fat Zach's Pizza. If you're looking for a pizza in the area, Fat Zach's is the place to go. Appreciate their patronage of the West Sound Rebels. Now I'll get a little bit of bias here. Swoops Cinemedia. Anything that you've seen or that you've heard, all the social media for the West Sound Rebels, highlights, replays, even my voice coming to you is from Swoop Sound Cinemedia. If you're looking for any kind of event produced, live streamed, any sort of way, shoot us a call. We'd love to have more of that. We thank you to our team here. Our production team's been doing great all season long. We've loved being able to bring these Rebel games to you this season. As Allen takes it under center and drops it off. Gets past a couple defenders. That was number 10, Simeon Wells. Runs through the Knights defense. Picking up about 10 and then some. Allen in the shotgun, one next to him, two on either side. Looking right, looks like he's gonna take it himself, and the official gets out of the way, and he'll get around to the 11-yard line. And they'll move the sticks again for another Rebels trip into the red zone. Looking to continue their scoring ways. Adrian in the shotgun position. Looking left. Quick pass up around the 10-yard line. Got 2 defenders there. Can't seem to get it all the way. That was number 15 on the catch, Demetrius Rackley, for the couple-yard gain. Oh, excuse me, it's not first and goal. It'll be second and looks like 9. As the Rebels are aiming for that illustrious 3-yard line. Going back to our recap of the year, their 6th game, was against the Everett Royals, which the Rebels handled quite nicely as a sweet score of 65-3. As this Rebels team has continued to dominate, as Allen will take it himself, looking for that end zone pylon. Will they call it? They'll give it to him. Run into the house yourself if you need to. Touchdown Rebels. 46-0 here in this 4th quarter. Rebels continuing their dominance, continuing their scoring ways. I don't know if they've had a drive in the red zone that they haven't scored with yet. This Rebels team has come to play tonight. It may be an expected win, but they still have to win that game. Continuing to their 7th game of the year was against the Tacoma Sabres. Again, like I said earlier, a rivalry game, you've got to have at least a competitive nature of it. It was 63-6 in that game against Tacoma Sabres, who lost tonight to the Washington Warriors, 37-0. And the winner of this game will advance to play that, as point-up attempt is up, and they'll call it good. 47 for the good here for the Rebels, with 11:42, as the deficit is above the score of 30, so we play with a running clock here tonight. And we'll cop out to my last couple advertisements here. Metro Parks of Tacoma. Again, we thank you for letting us use that beautiful stadium down in Tacoma. Appreciate it. Mount Tahoma High School and Metro Parks of Tacoma as a whole. We appreciate it so much. We appreciate your patronage and your support of the West Sound Rebels. Fine Ivory Enterprises LLC. Appreciate your continued support. And on my last on my list before we continue to loop back around, Tres Agave and Belfair. Appreciate your support of the West Sound Rebels. Thank you again to all of our 2022 West Sound Rebels football sponsors. Excuse me, on this road to Vegas. To their opponents, the Knights. We're going to continue this game. Low and long squib. Knights, will take it in their own end zone. Looking to push something, looking to put some points up on the board. Runs into a roadblock around the 32, 33-yard line, and we'll do it again. And the game last week was against a similar opponent, the Knights. At Mount Tahoma High School, if I remember right. Where was it? Silas. I wasn't there for that game. I apologize. Mount Tahoma High School was our other home games. Regardless, the Knights could not stop the Rebels in that game, just like they can't stop them in this game. That was 53-0, as the Rebels are inching close to a similar scoreline, as the Knights will set up on first down. Quick pitch hits intended recipient on the head, and maybe a loss of 1 or right back to the line of scrimmage. And player has not gotten up, so it looks like call an injury timeout here on the field. It looked like a rough hit there. See all players taking a knee out of respect for this player. Looks like to be in a lot of pain. Helmets off. Knights training staff is around him to support. Again, you want to see a competitive and energetic game of football, but you don't like to see injuries, right? It's exciting to see the boys play an enjoyable game. As a neutral, you like to see both teams competing. Obviously, if you're a West Sound Rebels fan, you're not complaining about the scoreline, but an injury is not something you want to see. So, condolences out to that man and his training staff as they're waving people on. So all in all, as a full season recap, the Rebels have had quite a successful season, posting a 7-1 record. They have played all their games with a sense of urgency and posted some pretty high score lines. Been an enjoyable season, looking to continue to advance in these playoffs. Looking to continue down that road to Vegas. Carried off by another teammate. Friends are clapping around here. Not the most normal way of carrying an injured player off the field. I apologize for laughing. Glad to see that he's getting the support he needs.
Grab the big man. Grab the big man and carry him on. Hopefully he's okay. Hopefully he's okay. I don't want injury upon anybody else.
We've got a football game to finish. 9:02 left in this game. As we've wrapped up our full season recap of the Rebels. And the Rebels are looking to wrap up this game here with 47 to the good. Seems to be a little confusion for pre-snap as players are getting ready to continue this game. I don't think they called a timeout. I think this is. They'll roll on. As Knights in shotgun position. Look at personnel change at quarterback, and hard hit there. As a call incomplete for the Knights. Watson is now in at quarterback. It looks like this is his second time at quarterback for the Knights. As there's not a lot of stats on him that I've got in front of me here. Again, these two teams are in the Western Impact North Division, but in this Northwestern Division as a whole, it's split into two here in the Washington, Puget Sound area. As shot is up, and they'll tap him out right around the 35-yard line. The Knights and the Warriors both, the Knights and the Rebels both in the Western Impact North Division. There are 6 teams in our Washington League, if you care to call it that.
4 of those teams made the playoffs. The Washington Warriors played the Tacoma Sabres. The Tacoma Sabres winning that Western Impact East Division. And the Rebels winning the Western Impact North Division. Warriors handling that game quite well, 37-0. Again, the Rebels will face the Warriors at the end of next week. Another Saturday night light game again. Rebels looking to fake a blitz here. Quarterback is out. Pocket's dissolving. Couple red jerseys around him. Slips away from 2. Low hit around the 50-yard line. And the Knights will advance the ball. Knights on their 50-yard line looking to advance, trying to knock on that red zone at some point tonight. This Rebel defense has been something to handle this team. But with a couple of personnel changes, we'll see if this game kind of opens up a bit. 2 on either side, looking left. Rebels defense is right there. Skips away from 1, skips away from 2, skips away from 3, and out. Right around the 38-yard line. If anything, Watson's getting the most yards he has today. Or, excuse me, most yards he has this year. Skipping past, getting past this Rebels offensive line and the secondary. With this clock, again, we are playing with a running clock for about 5 minutes now. Watson in the shotgun position. 2 on either side, 1 next to him. Looking right, see if he can get something. Gets there, and a hit from the Rebels that can't get him all the way down. And they'll get him down about a yard after the line of scrimmage. Gain 1. This will be 2nd and 9. Rebels defense trying to defend this shutout. Which, even with their high-scoring season, have only had 1 shutout, and it was last week. We're going to see if they can get those back-to-back shutouts, as Rebels were trying to get a quick personnel change here on the near side. Looking a long bomb up the left side. Can he get there? No. Looks like the intended receiver was number 14, Ezekiel Reynolds, who has swapped positions with his former wide receiver at quarterback.
We'll go to the park 2 blocks down the street.
Knights 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10. See if Watson can lead his team into the red zone here with about 3:30 left. Quick handoff up the middle. And he'll get there and more. Get past a couple Rebels defenders. That was number 10, Willie Hamilton, with the carry. And they're just outside the red zone, as the Rebels look to make a little bit of personnel change here on this near side. Now, if you're not from the Puget Sound area, if you're wondering what Grit City is, it's a nickname for Tacoma. City about 40-50 minutes south on a good day, 40 to 50 minutes south of probably the southernmost tip of Seattle. 2 on either side. Watson looking to do something. Looking left, looking right, up the middle, and they'll call it complete. The Knights' first trip to the red zone is producing something. They're on the doorstep.
can they get rid of that 0 on the scoreboard with almost 2 minutes left as we're approaching the 2-minute warning? Whistle's being blown. Looks like someone will call a timeout before the 2-minute warning, or they'll just let the clock run out. Looks like the Rebels will take a timeout. Rebels will take their first timeout of the half.
Oh, Dad's outside? Okay. All right.
Apologize for the shaky camera. We've got a couple youngsters enjoying the bleachers. That's what there's not an earthquake. We're not getting the hallowed Pacific earthquake. That's been rumored. But yes, so in the Puget Sound area, not all of us are from Seattle. There are plenty of towns and cities around. It's definitely something that has been rumored to be that everyone, when you say you're from Washington, everyone thinks you're from Seattle. We're not all from Seattle. Technically, the West Sound Rebels are from Bremerton, but we've played most of our games on the East Sound.
I had to say it. I get it out there.
Might as well just call us the Sound Rebels at that point.
Okay. Watch for Chelsea in the bus. I'll let you hold on.
Rebels looking to do some goal line defense, trying to exercise that muscle, because they have not had to tonight, because this is the Knights' first trip to this close to scoring. They had one in the first half, which was snuffed out quickly by the defense, but the Rebels will be tested here with their goal line defense. As we enter the last 2 minutes of the game. And there's a quick fumble on the snap. Rebels have it. Can he return it? He's got one man to beat, and he will not beat him. It'll be down around the 45. That goal line defense, even though it hadn't been exercised all game, Taekwondo Bowie gets the fumble recovery and marches it all the way down to the 45. Whether you call that a Rebels defensive stop or a Knights offensive blunder, I don't think it'll matter, because the Rebels will defend that 0 on the scoreboard, as we'll watch the replay here. It just looks like the quarterback fumbled that snap. As you can see with that post that's oh so ugly in the way, Taekwondo Bowie takes it and can't beat that last defender, but it doesn't matter. With a minute left, this clock is rolling down. Your West Sound Rebels, 47 to the good, looking to win their first first postseason game as an organization. As they'll take a snap, long bomb to somebody, and it looks like there will be a flag and a couple extracurriculars. There's been some shoving, trying not to empty the benches. As we have a running clock here, nothing's supposed to be happening. As you can hear, teams, our friends here on our near side, letting the officials know their thoughts. It's the game's coming to a close. There's really no need for that, as the Rebels will talk and converse as this game will expire. I don't really think it's that necessary. As in the game is over, they'll call a personal foul on the defense, but it will mean for nothing unless they want to put time back on the clock. They will call it game. You heard it here first. The Knights could not defend the castle, and the Rebels run right through the drawbridge, 47-0 in favor of your West Sound Rebels. They will face the Washington Warriors next Saturday night for the second round of the GDFL playoffs. The road to Vegas continues. Rebels are cruising down the road, looking to continue their dominant season as they push to 8-1 for the full season record. On behalf of everyone here at Swoop Sound City Media, my name is Christopher Ketzel. I'm so glad you've joined us tonight. Have a wonderful evening and enjoy the rest of your day.